Alright guys, welcome to 10-Minute Yaps with Chaso. The topic we're going to be talking about today is how to make money online. More specifically, how to make $10,000 a month online as a beginner. The reason why I chose 10,000 out of all the numbers I could have chose is because I feel like a lot of people view $10,000 a month as like the first big milestone when you're becoming an entrepreneur or like starting to run a business. So that's going to be the topic today. For anyone new here, my name is Chentin. Most people know me as Chaso. This is going to be a series where I pretty much post a video every single day where I literally yap about different topics and give you guys my knowledge on these different topics based on the last 3+ years of me running businesses online. And I'm gonna just literally yap for 10 minutes, literally set a timer, and by the time the timer is done, that's the end of my yap. And in the time that I've been an entrepreneur, I've run multiple 6-figure businesses, not 7-figure yet. That's gonna be this year for sure. I've been able to build a personal brand to over 160,000 followers in under a year and a half creating content. And I've been able to also generate over 100 million plus views through creating content and running my personal brand in that last year and a half of posting content. So I have a ton of experience and knowledge that I've gained over these years of being an entrepreneur. And I'm literally just going to yap in these short 10-minute videos for you guys. So you guys can literally just gain my knowledge and my expertise on these different topics that I talk about. And as I grow as an entrepreneur and learn more and more through my mentors and just through experience of me running my businesses, I'm going to share everything that I learned with you guys in these 10-minute yap videos that I post every single day. The goal honestly isn't to go viral. I don't really care about the views. I've done that with short form content. My goal really here is just to build an audience of people who fuck with me for me, who want to see my content, want to learn more about what I do and my knowledge and my expertise on specific topics. So that's the whole idea behind the series. And this is actually the first episode. So I really don't know how this is going to end up, but I'm going to just keep posting and hopefully you guys fuck with these types of videos where it's very raw, very authentic. I'm just going to literally be me. You guys do not see this side of me on social media. I'm literally in Italy right now for the month and I'm going to be in Paris next month. So we'll see how consistent I could be with these types of videos. I'm literally just going to yap for 10 minutes a day and hopefully I can get one video every single day. But anyways, aside from that, all right, so I'm going to start my 10-minute timer right now. I actually got some bullet points right here just to kind of structure this a little bit better. But the first thing I want to talk about is to pick a skill that you have, and it can literally be anything. As humans, we have so much experience up to this point in your life. You probably have so much experience with different things that you've done just growing up. For example, you could have played sports when you're younger. You could have made music when you're younger. Maybe you like to do art. I don't know. Any skill that you really have, I recommend to you to hone in on that skill and start creating content around it. And the reason why I'm pushing content over every other business is because I've personally done content for the last year and a half and it's completely changed my life. Like a year and a half ago, I was literally working at Best Buy, dead broke. Like seriously, I was making probably $1 to $2K a month. And I genuinely thought that was good at the time because that was like my standard. And I feel like a lot of people have this standard set that like $1,000 to $2,000 a month is really good. Especially if you don't have expenses, it's not that bad to make that much, but you could be making so much more. And like, I feel like even 10K is not that much money, but obviously a lot of new beginners see that as like the first big milestone that you could reach. So I recommend to you, any skill that you have, it really doesn't matter what it is. You can create content around that and you can make money with that. As long as you decide to go all in on it and as long as you keep creating content on it and keep improving the content as you continue to post over time, I promise you eventually at some point you will make money with this as long as you start to go viral, get views, and you sell a digital product or some sort of that to make money with it. We'll get more into like the specifics on how to actually make money with it kind of later in this video. But yeah, the next thing is to start creating content. I kind of already mentioned that, but start creating content on that skill. And more specifically, I recommend to you, if you're just starting to create content, literally literally go on Instagram and TikTok and search different keywords to find people who are already creating content in those spaces that you can look at for reference and start to recreate their concepts, right? Like for me, something I really believe is when you're doing content, especially when you're just starting out, it is so important that you actually create content based on what's working for others rather than just testing and creating original content. A lot of times people make the mistake of doing original content and they end up just not going viral, getting like 0 views on their videos, and they lose motivation after like a week because they were doing it based on what they think is gonna go viral. If you have no experience, how are you gonna know what goes viral? You literally just won't. That's just plain simple truth. That's just what it is. You won't. So it's very important that you look at other competitors in your space, see what they're doing, see what concepts they're talking about in their videos, and find ways to take that idea and repurpose it and make it even better. Like honestly, I've had a month where I've literally done 100 million views in a single month, and the video, it was like one video that got like 60 million views. You can go on my profile and just check it out if you want. My Instagram address Jaso. But that one video was a concept that was already working for other creators. I just found a way to make it better, and it ended up getting like 60 million views for me. For other people, I think it was getting like 30 to 40 million views, but I quite literally doubled it by taking that core idea and just improving upon it. So it's very important that you find people in your space using Instagram, TikTok. Literally just search up keywords related to the niche that you're creating content in. For example, if you're in like the fitness niche, you want to talk about health, you could literally search up keywords like fitness, like meal plan, gym, workouts, right? Like different keywords like that. And I even recommend to you, you could go on ChatGPT and just tell it to give you a list like 10 to 15 keywords to search up on Instagram and TikTok to find these videos. And it'll give you a list of keywords that you can start searching right now and find videos right now to start recreating. So it's very important that you do that when you're just starting to create content. I recommend keeping it very organized in like a Google Docs or a Notion. That's what I personally use. I find it's very clean and very easy to use. And yeah, start recreating their viral content. And I recommend to you, an easy way to find their viral content if you're on Instagram is there's this tool called Sort Feed. It's on the Google Chrome store. I think you can also download it on like Safari if you have Safari. I know those are like the only two web browsers I use. I don't know about the other ones, but there's a tool called Sort Feed that you can use to literally sort your competitors' videos from most to least viral. You can sort it by views, by likes, comments, and there was another feature as well that you can sort it by. But I typically sort their videos by views because then you can see their most viral videos. And I recommend to you also to cross-reference when they posted that video, because if it was something that was posted like 2 years ago, there's a good chance that video probably won't go viral unless it's like a topic that's evergreen and people are still talking about it now and it still works really well, right? I recommend to you, like the rule I personally follow when I'm trying to recreate videos is I look at how recent the content is. If it's within the last 6 months, I would still say it's iffy. But if it's within the last 3 months, I would say it's a pretty good idea that you could probably repurpose and still go viral with. And if you even go on my Instagram, you could literally scroll through all my videos and you look at all my most viral videos and you'll see the videos that have the most views have been concepts that other people have already talked about. I just found ways to make them better and I was able to go viral with them as well. Right? So that's what you do. And I also recommend to you as well, post 1 video per day when you're starting out. And this is so crucial. A lot of people make the mistake of maybe posting 2 to 3 times a week, which honestly, like as a beginner, I understand like that might sound like a lot of videos, but it really isn't. Like if you really think about it in the calendar, let me pull up a calendar real quick. In the calendar, there's this many days. I don't know how well you guys can see. You can probably see my balcony on the reflection. But there's this many days on the calendar, right? And if you only post 2 times per week, you're literally only hitting 2, 4, 6, 8 posts a month, which is not shit if you really think about how many days are in the month. If you compare it to other people who are just starting out in the same space, anyone who's starting with 1 video a day, hitting 30 posts a month compared to 8 posts a month, you're literally having double, maybe triple the amount of success or like likelihood of going viral than somebody who's just posting 2 times a month or a week, sorry. So it's very important that you post 1 video per day. And it's also important that you don't just shit post. Like don't just post anything that you think like you should. Don't just make let me reword that. Don't just post a video just because you want to get a post out. A lot of my students do this when they're first starting out, and I always get on their ass about it because it's so pointless to post a piece of content if you know it's shit and it's not high quality. Like why are you even posting at that point? Just create the best content possible. And honestly, you don't really need to spend too much time on it. I would say when you're starting out, probably take you like 4 to 6 hours a week just to get really good ideas, just to strip them out, record them, maybe even edit them, bring it up to like 8 hours a week. But even then, that's not that much. That's literally 1 shift if you're working at a 9 to 5 job, right? So people get so like caught up in that idea that, 8 hours a week, that's so much to put towards this. I'm just starting out. I don't want to risk all this. But everything that you do when it comes to running a business online involves risk, and you got to be willing to sacrifice time to actually make it work, right? So it's very important that you do 1 video per day. Now, I see that we have about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on timer, so I'm just going to try to yap a little bit quicker on these last 2 points. The second last point I'm going to mention is the way you're going to make money with this once you start to build up your audience is through pushing digital products. And there's 2 ways you can go about this, right? The first way is to build your own product, which the pros of that is you can take all the money whenever you make sales from it. But the cons of it is that you're spending a lot of time in the back end, really like building out these systems to make this product so good. And it's going to come with a lot of testing on your end if you are deciding to build your own product. I personally run my own product because I've built a following of over 100,000 followers now. So to me, it made sense because I knew the amount of time I'm putting into it, it will pay off. And it eventually did once I started to actually push it to my audience. But if you're just starting out, I highly recommend to you, just do affiliate marketing. There's so many tools that you can use to find really good products to do affiliate marketing. A couple that I can mention just off the top of my head, WAP is really good. I personally recommend to anyone who's just starting out, go on WAP. There's tons of communities that you can start selling on there directly. You can literally get an affiliate link right away if you just apply for it. Put that in your bio, and once you start to go viral and build an audience, you could push that product to people through ManyChat, through your stories. Highly recommend utilizing stories. It's a very underrated feature that a lot of people don't use. And even carousels as well, super underrated. A lot of people don't think about carousels because it doesn't really get pushed out to non-followers unless it's like a very unique post that maybe has some sort of value that would get pushed out. But for the most part, carousels are really good for nurturing your audience. Same with stories. So I highly recommend to you, once you do start to build up that audience, literally start pushing carousels, stories, and even ManyChat automations on all your videos, pushing people to this product whenever you talk about whatever it is in the video, right? So for example, let me give you actually a real life example of this. If your video is talking about like 10 exercises I do to lose 30 pounds of fat, a good digital product that you could potentially sell and maybe affiliate market for would be something that's maybe like a step-by-step guide on how to actually do it in more detail, like kind of doubling down on the points of your main video that went viral and going more in depth into it, right? Like you already know people that watch that video and interact with, they are interested in this topic. So if you sell them a digital product that's like maybe 20, 30 bucks, nothing too crazy. It's a very realistic price for anybody who's literally working a job. You'll make passive sales with that, and it really racks up, especially if you start to go viral and you start to push it within your content. So it's very easy to make money just doing affiliate marketing. And I highly recommend when you're starting out, do affiliate marketing. The two other tools I forgot to mention that I could just think of off the top is Copecart, which is decent. I think it works pretty well if you're trying to find like very niche topics and niche products. And then ClickBank's also another one that I see a lot of people talk about that I personally haven't tried, but I know it's a good one as well. So yeah, that's pretty much how you actually sell to your audience. It is very important, guys, that when you're starting to create content, you also understand that this is a long-term game. A lot of people lose motivation right away because they see it as, oh, like I'm doing this, I'm putting in so much time into this, and I'm not seeing any direct results. But literally, guys, with any business that you run, I'm telling you this right now, it doesn't matter if it's drop shipping, if you're doing crypto, if it's trading, like whatever business it is, you're gonna have to put time in regardless. And I've ran multiple businesses before. Like I started out with e-commerce, and I find that the content now is more easier than doing any of those other businesses. Like you spend way less time. Oh, okay, the timer literally just went off. I'm gonna just sum up my points before I end this video. But I found that doing content has been the easiest business for me because a lot of it is already out there for you. You just have to go on these platforms and do a bit more research and see what is working and find ways to make that concept even better, right? And a lot of it's gonna come down to testing. A lot of it's gonna come down to literally just creating until you get to the point where you start to see videos perform better than others. And you only really see that after 30 to 60 posts, sometimes even like 100 posts. That's only when you really start to see the differences between the concepts that you're running. And from there, you get a better idea as to what works better on your page than other concepts, and you just double down on what works and do more of that. That's quite literally how I was able to go to over 100K. Like for me, when I was running content, I kind of went in a phase where when I first started, I very quickly grew to 10K followers. I would say within like the first 3 to 4 months. I had like a little slump where I wasn't growing at all, but I was still making money because I had brand deals that were paying me on like a retainer every single month. And then I ended up going through another phase where I grew to like 20K followers. And then I went through another slump. And then I went through another phase. And from that 20K, I went to like 100K. And that was like my third phase or like my streak that I had with content where I was just consistently going viral. But yeah, guys, just understand the content is really like a long-term game. And if you're willing to put the time in, I promise you it will pay off, whether that's within 3 months, whether that's within 6 months, whether that's within a year. I've had some students who have created content and went viral within the first 2 months. And like, it's very realistic. You can do that. But I wouldn't have that expectation set because when you have an expectation set with content, you very quickly get disappointed, especially if you don't meet that requirement. And something you have to also realize with content, I'm kind of going on board now. Like, I'm going overboard a little bit now with my points. Like I literally passed 10-minute timer, but it's okay. It's the first episode. Something I also realized with content is a lot of it is like you'll set these goals and maybe sometimes you reach them, sometimes you won't. But when you keep setting these goals and like higher and higher and higher, you get to a point where it's very unattainable for you and it's unrealistic. and you start to lose motivation completely. Even if you've built up an audience of people and you're already making money from it, you very quickly lose motivation because you're not hitting those goals, right? So I highly recommend to you, don't have any expectations with this content. Just be willing to learn, just be willing to grind, be willing to put in the work that you need to put in. And I promise you, it will eventually pay off. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for my 10-minute yap. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe, give me some feedback in the comments, because this is literally like a new concept I just thought of last night in Italy. Like as soon as I touched down here, I was just like thinking of new ideas I could potentially run, and this is something that came across my mind that I've been kind of wanting to do for a little while. So like literally give me feedback. Maybe I talk too fast. I feel like I might have talked a little bit fast just because of that 10-minute timer. Maybe I got to increase it to 15 minutes. I don't know, but I really want to build this series with you guys and really grow with you guys as I continue to post more every single day, or if not every day, every other day. But yeah, let me know any feedback that you guys have for me, and let me know if you guys also found value in this video so I could do more videos like this. And if you guys have any suggestions on other topics I should talk about in my next video, feel free to drop them down below. Right now, I'm just thinking of ideas that would help my younger self, because honestly, I find that's the best way to create content. Help your younger self, because you've already went through those problems that your younger self is facing now. So there's obviously gonna be somebody else out there who's experiencing those exact same problems, and you could resonate with them more. So right now I'm just answering questions to my younger self. But if you guys have any specific topics that you want me to talk about, it doesn't have to be content related, like anything really, like mindset, maybe like building a good circle, I don't know, anything. Feel free to drop it in the comments, and I'm really gonna take you guys' feedback serious and try to go all in on the series. So let me know if you guys got any more questions. Let me know if you guys found value in this. I just noticed there's a big ass fucking spider on my wall. What the fuck, bro? Why does Italy have so many bugs? Like, that's the one thing I noticed. I literally touched down yesterday and there's already so many bugs here. Shit's crazy, and that shit looks disgusting. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.